Okay, so this is Anthony, and here's my macro deck profile with explanation. 3 DD survivors. When these are on the field with your macro or D Fisher, um, when they get destroyed or when they get removed from the field, while they're face up, they come back during the end phase, and these are really broken. If they go bottomless, you can bring these back during the end phase, and if they bottomless it again, you can bring them back during the next end phase, and they're pretty good tribute material. Also good beaters at 1800 attack. 3 DD survivor. With these guys on the field, you can almost summon them at 1 star. If your opponent tries to attack him, you can remove him from play when you select it as an attack target, and in the battle phase, and you get to draw a card. He's a really good card. Also, when he's on the field and you have your DD Survivor on the field, you can remove him and Survivor to draw 2 cards, and your Survivor will come back during the end phase. 3 Guardian Yados. When this guy is on the field, he doesn't do anything, really. He's just a 2500 beater that can be special summoned at if you have no monsters in your graveyard, and he's really good in macro deck. 2 Cyber Dragons. This is a really good card because it not only allows you to gain control over high beaters, it also allows you to flush out their traps like their bottomlesses and their Terrenals, or I don't know, their Mirror Forces if you decide to attack with it. It's also good contact material for machines if you don't have any, if you don't have DeFi or macro on the field. Triple Beast King. With the major tribute fodder with DD Survivor, you can get these guys to the field pretty easily. On top of that, if you don't have the tribute there, you can just normal summon them at 19 and he's still pretty good. Yeah. And one morphing jar, obvious reasons. I play 3 D Fisher. This is what allows you to get your DD Survivor loop going. And when D Fisher's on the field, like it can really fuck up certain decks because it doesn't allow certain cards to be activated. Like if you're playing Light Sworns and they summon something to the field, they can't mill. If you have 2 of these on the field, they can't do Raikou. Certain cards that say send to the graveyard won't work. Like I don't know. If you're to contact with Cyber Dragon, the fusion material monster has to be sent to the graveyard. Shuts down Foolish Burial. Shuts down Future Fusion. Shuts down a lot of things. 2 Gravekeeper Servant. When these 2 are on the field, when this is on the field with this or Macros Cosmos, it's a lock. Your opponent cannot attack. And even if these are like by themselves on the field without the D Fisher or the macro, it still makes your opponent mill, which can sometimes mean life or death. Triple Smashing Ground. This is a really good staple for this deck. It allows me to get over the high beaters or things that my opponent have if my DD Survivor can't run it over. 1 Dark Hole. 1 Macros Cosmos. The difference between Macros Cosmos and D Fisher is that this card sends everything to the graveyard. You can activate it or you can chain it to something, which is pretty good. So they go Future Fusion, you can go Macros Cosmos, and all the targets will be removed from play. And I guess Future Fusion won't be fulfilled because I guess they have to hit the graveyard. And this also works with the lock. Double Skill Drain. This shutdowns this shut down every deck that's out there right now, because almost every deck relies on effects currently, except like that hero beat deck that topped recently, I believe. On top of that, this allows you to do some broken plays with Beast King, because you can normal summon him at 19 and then he'll go up to 3,000. This is, with Squidward in the field, this is an excellent top deck. Triple Dark Bribe. Sometimes you don't want them to get their plays off with certain things. Sometimes you don't want them to MST or roll a decree certain cards. And sometimes you don't want them to Solemn Warning or Solemn Judgment something. So these really stop and stun every like spells and traps that get activated. And we have like two or three, like two of these on the field at once with like really high beaters. It's basically it's gonna be really hard for your opponent to do anything. And I played two compulsives because these are really good stun cards. Sometimes I don't want to destroy everything, and sometimes I want to keep some of the stuff I have. So, like when I'm playing Six Samurais, I can just have this set. I can go activate Compulse. If they go negate, I can chain Skill Drain, and their Sheehan should be negated, and the Compulse will go through and it gets rid of their stuff. If you're playing like decks that do heavy synchroing, this is also a really good card because they don't really expect it, you know. Triple D Prison. Even though I play the lock in here, I still need the extra defense because I don't totally rely on the lock, or at least I try not to all the time. If your opponent attacks you, you can just remove their monster from play, and this is really good because even with the Stardust and stuff like that nowadays, this makes it stop. I mean, this stops Stardust from activating its effect, and it gets stuff off the field really easily. Double Bottomless. This is just a really good staple. Parental. Maraforce, Solemn Judgment, and Rhoda.